Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. Today we're going to do my May plan with me. Excuse the lighting, I'm still trying to figure this out. You'd think 5 months in I'd have this lighting thing figured out, but that is not the case. So just roll with it with me for this month. These are some of the supplies I'm going to be using this time around. I just have a few random purple brush pens, my Micron pens, pretty much the basics of what I normally do. If you saw my Stay Home Reading Rush vlog, you'll know that when I went into planning this month, I wasn't very excited about my theme. I just really wasn't feeling it. But after having done it, I'm actually really happy with the way that it turned out. So I got this idea from Amanda Rach Lee, and I pretty much this is exactly her layout. I even used her tutorials on how to draw these flowers. I don't know if they're lavender or lilac or what flowers they are, but they're purple. And they ended up turning out really cute, and they are very easy to draw, so that's always a bonus in my eyes. So anyway, I just used some of my Micron pens to do the stems, and I have a couple different purple brush tip pens that I'm using to do the petals, and then I'll go back through with my Micron pen and outline the petals. And then I just have a green fine liner that I'm kind of doing the leaves at the bottom with. So that's kind of the gist of what's going on. And you'll pretty much see that exact same method throughout this entire month's spreads, or pages, whatever. Anyway, so that's kind of the gist of what's going on here. So I'm gonna turn it over to some music, and yeah. Alright, so I have not done any hand lettering in quite a while, and so yeah, I definitely need to start practicing more. And my hands have been really shaky lately, which does not go well with hand lettering. So this turned out okay. I tried to fix it a little bit, but yeah, I think I just need some more practice with my hand lettering. And then I'm obviously highlighting it all in this purple color again. So I tried doing a little bit of an ombre effect, and it didn't really work out the way that I was hoping, so I ended up just going back over the whole thing with the darker purple shade, and then adding some little dots with a couple of different shades of purple throughout it to just kind of fill in some of the empty space up above. And that's it for the title page. So moving on to the next page, I ended up scrapping the pictures section of this page that I normally do, so I just have my videos to film and books to read. For the past few months, I've done a pictures to take for Instagram, and I just found myself not using it at all, and so I scrapped it. And that gives me more space to do my videos to film and books to read. So I just made two little boxes with a little bit of these flowers in between. I'm happy with the way that these turned out for the most part. I really did not like how many leaves I put on the flowers, and you'll see that here in a little while once I get to that point. But if I could go back and do it again, I would not do the leaves the way that I did, but whatever, it works for, for 1 month. All right, and then we're moving on to my posting schedule. So this is where I keep track of all of the videos that I'm posting on my channel. I'm not keeping track of my Instagram anymore on here. I just have not been very active on Instagram, and right now that's not a high priority for me. So I'm just kind of scrapping, keeping track of that. But I do like having this calendar where I can kind of see a layout of when I'm posting videos and where my empty spots are at, that sort of thing. So I just drew out a whole calendar for the month. May is one of the longer months, so it took a little bit of spacing, but I'm really, really happy with the way that this ended up turning out. And then I just added more of the same flowers at the bottom using the exact same technique that I used before. And then used my black brush tip pen to do the lettering. And once again, I just need practice with my lettering because it kind of turned out a little hokey, but that's okay. All right, and then we're moving on to my growing TBR and reading log list pages. These are the 2 pages on this month's spreads that I really didn't care for. I tried doing this like sloppy circle thing that's pretty trendy, I think, right now on title pages, and using the purple colors and a little bit of black in there, and it just didn't really go with the rest of the spreads, but I didn't feel like changing it, so it's very, very simple, very, very quick to do, and it served the purpose. And then we move on to my stats page, and you'll notice in these stats I gave up on tracking my genres. I have such a hard time naming the genres of some books, especially books that kind of bridge 2 different genres, and it was starting to become stressful for me, and that's not what this is all about. So I gave that up. And you'll also notice that as I'm writing out some of the titles for the topics that I'm tracking, that I didn't use all of them. So like I have DNF written out in pencil. I ended up not even including that. I don't think I included my 1-star, in my ratings. Just I'm finding that some of the things that I don't really need to track, I'm leaving out. And so, but the main thing right now is that I'm giving up the genres, and that gave me a little bit more space on this spread as well. So I'm still tracking the things that I want to track as far as, the source and the age range and the format, my ratings, those sorts of things, and how many graphic novels I'm reading each month. So anyway, same technique with the flowers here, as I said before, and I really like the way that this one ended up turning out as well. As not excited as I was for these flowers, they ended up turning out really well, and I'm really happy, except for my growing TBR and my reading log. Those ones were kind of a botched situation, but other than that, I'm really happy with the way that they turned out. All right, and then the last thing I needed to do was to add my little doodle to my 2020 title page. And so same thing with these little flowers, just using that same technique with my purple brush pens and my micron pens, and then my little green micro tip, whatever pen. Words are hard these days, guys. I don't know. Like, my brain has turned to complete mush since being at home all this time with all of my kids. I hope everybody else is staying safe and enjoying their time at home. I've really been enjoying it, but man, the monotony of it all is starting to wear on me. So anyway, this is what I ended up with. Really happy with my little doodle at the front. And then getting into my spreads, we have my title page and my videos to film, books to read pages. And we have my posting schedule, my reading log, and my growing TBR list, which still not that happy with, but that's okay. And then my stats page. So that's it for this month's spreads. I hope that you enjoyed watching this and that you are, staying safe and all that jazz. But I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!